For decades, Americans have thought of fat as something visible to extra weight you notice in the mirror. The soft bulges you can pinch around your waist, hips, or thighs. Yet, an even greater danger lies beneath the surface. Fat you cannot see or touch. Dr. Evelyn Reed, a respected health expert at the Newburgh Medical Institute, calls it the silent killer. This hidden type of fat is known as visceral fat. And unlike subcutaneous fat, the fat just under the skin, visceral fat, builds up deep inside the abdominal cavity. It surrounds vital organs such as the liver, pancreas, kidneys, stomach, and intestines. What makes visceral fat particularly alarming is that even someone who appears slim and healthy on the outside may still be carrying an unhealthy amount on the inside. Research has revealed that visceral fat is metabolically active, releasing hormones and chemicals that can interfere with the body's natural processes, drive inflammation, and increase the risk of serious diseases. This article will explore everything you need to know about visceral fat: what it is, why it's dangerous, how it forms, and most importantly, a proven 5-step plan to eliminate it within 30 days. The information is designed to empower you with knowledge and practical tools to reclaim your health. Understanding the dangers of visceral fat. When people hear the word fat, they often think of body image. However, visceral fat is much more than a cosmetic issue. It is directly linked to some of the most common and deadly health conditions in America. Let's take a closer look at the dangers. 1. Heart disease. Visceral fat promotes the buildup of plaque in the arteries, a condition known as atherosclerosis. Over time, this plaque narrows or blocks blood vessels, forcing the heart to work harder to pump blood. This significantly increases the risk of high blood pressure, heart attacks, and strokes. According to the American Heart Association, cardiovascular disease remains the #1 cause of death in the United States, and visceral fat is a major contributor. 2. Type 2 diabetes. Visceral fat interferes with the body's ability to respond to insulin. This condition, called insulin resistance, is a leading factor in the development of type 2 diabetes. Insulin resistance forces the pancreas to produce more insulin in an effort to regulate blood sugar, eventually exhausting the system. Type 2 diabetes brings a cascade of complications: nerve damage, kidney disease, vision problems, and an increased risk of heart attacks. 3. Fatty liver disease. Your liver is one of the most important organs in the body, processing toxins, producing bile, and regulating metabolism. Excess visceral fat often leads to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, NAFLD. If left unchecked, this condition can progress to liver cirrhosis, fibrosis, or even liver cancer. Studies suggest that NAFLD is now one of the most common liver problems in America, closely tied to obesity and poor diet. 4. Metabolic disorders. Visceral fat disrupts your body's natural hormonal balance. It affects the hormones that control hunger, like leptin and ghrelin, and the rate at which you burn calories. This disruption contributes to metabolic syndrome, a cluster of conditions including high blood sugar, high blood pressure, unhealthy cholesterol levels, and abdominal obesity, all of which dramatically raise the risk of heart disease, stroke, and diabetes. 5. Weakened immune system. Another serious danger of visceral fat is chronic inflammation. The fat cells release inflammatory cytokines, substances that keep your immune system in a constant state of stress over time. This weakens your body's ability to fight infections, increases fatigue, and makes it harder to recover from illness or injury. What causes visceral fat? Understanding the root causes of visceral fat is the first step in eliminating it. While genetics can play a role, lifestyle factors are far more influential. The main causes include: 1. Unhealthy diet filled with refined sugars, refined carbohydrates, and processed foods is a direct pathway to visceral fat accumulation. Items like soda, pastries, white bread, fried foods, and fast food flood your body with empty calories that are quickly stored as fat. These foods also spike blood sugar and insulin, encouraging abdominal fat storage. 2. Inactive lifestyle. Modern conveniences have made life more sedentary. Desk jobs, screen time, and limited physical activity create the perfect environment for visceral fat to grow when you burn fewer calories than you consume. Your body stores the excess as fat, particularly around internal organs. 3. Chronic stress doesn't just affect your mind, it changes your body chemistry. When you're under long-term stress, your adrenal glands release high levels of cortisol, often called the stress hormone. Cortisol encourages the body to store fat in the abdominal area, directly feeding into visceral fat accumulation. 4. Poor sleep is often underestimated, yet it plays a major role in weight management. Lack of sleep disrupts the production of key hormones such as ghrelin, which stimulates appetite, and leptin, which signals fullness. As a result, people who don't get enough rest often crave high-calorie, sugary foods and are more likely to gain visceral fat. 5. Excessive alcohol, especially beer and sugary cocktails, adds a large number of empty calories. Over time, this leads to the classic beer belly, which is often a sign of visceral fat. Alcohol also directly impacts the liver, encouraging fat buildup and making it harder for your body to metabolize nutrients effectively. A 5-step plan to lose visceral fat in 30 days. The good news is that visceral fat is not permanent. With the right lifestyle changes, you can significantly reduce it in as little as 1 month. Dr. Reed outlines a simple yet powerful 5-step plan designed to target visceral fat effectively. Step 1. Eat smarter. Your diet is the most powerful weapon against visceral fat. Here's how to structure your meals. Fill up on vegetables and fiber-rich foods. Vegetables, whole grains, beans, and lentils help you feel fuller longer, support digestion, and stabilize blood sugar levels. Increase lean protein intake. Sources like chicken, fish, turkey, and eggs build muscle, which burns more calories at rest. Cut down on sugar and refined carbs. Eliminate soda, candy, pastries, and white bread. Replace them with whole grains, fruits, and natural sweeteners in moderation. Choose healthy fats. Avocados, olive oil, nuts, and fatty fish provide essential omega-3 that reduce inflammation and improve heart health. Stay hydrated. Drinking 8 to 10 cups of water per day supports metabolism and reduces cravings, often mistaken for hunger. Step 2. Exercise. Regular physical activity is critical for burning visceral fat. A balanced routine includes cardio workouts. Activities like jogging, cycling, swimming, or brisk walking burn calories and improve heart health. Aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity cardio per week. Strength training, lifting, weights, resistance band exercises, or bodyweight workouts like squats and push-ups build muscle, which boosts metabolism. Consistency. Even 30 minutes a day can make a dramatic difference in fat reduction and overall energy levels. Step 3. Manage stress. Stress reduction is not a luxury, it's a necessity for health. Consider incorporating meditation and deep breathing exercises to calm the nervous system. Yoga or Tai Chi to combine physical movement with mental relaxation. Hobbies and social connections to bring joy and reduce cortisol naturally. Step 4. Limit alcohol and bad habits to shed visceral fat. You must cut back on habits that work against your progress. Reduce alcohol consumption. Limit to no more than 1 drink per day for women, and for men, or avoid it altogether for faster results. Avoid fast food and highly processed snacks. These are loaded with trans fats, sugars, and additives that contribute to fat storage. Quit smoking. Smoking not only damages the lungs, but also increases abdominal fat storage. Step 5. Track your health. Finally, accountability is key. Measure your waist circumference. For men, a waist over 40 inches, and for women, over 35 inches, often indicates high visceral fat levels. Monitor progress weekly. Use a journal or an app to track meals, exercise, and sleep. Consult with your doctor. Regular checkups and blood tests help assess improvements in blood sugar, cholesterol, and overall health. Final thoughts. Visceral fat is one of the most dangerous types of fat because it hides out of sight, surrounds your organs, and silently damages your health. But the good news is that it is not permanent. By making small but consistent changes, eating smarter, staying active, managing stress, avoiding harmful habits, and tracking your progress, you can reduce visceral fat in just 30 days. Dr. Evelyn Reed reminds us that health is not about Looking thin, it's about what's happening inside your body. Taking charge of visceral fat is one of the most important steps you can take toward living a longer, healthier life.